So welcome back T11 student to the class of human computer interaction. So we have seen the introductory part and what is HCI, some definitions, and the what are the interdisciplinary fields involved in the study of interaction design. So now let's start with the point called are cultural differences important. So you can see DDMMYY versus MMDDYY, we have already discussed about it. So which should be used for international services and online form. Here the basic question is, are cultural differences important? Yes, we need to understand people, their emotions, and how do they behave, what is their thinking. Like for example, there is a proverb that uh, two railway tracks, thinking of two railway tracks. So when people say that you and me are thinking on the parallel lines, so when you see it a railway track, it looks like, because they are never going to intersect with each other, they are always going to be parallel, so you and me are going to be on the similar lines, so our thinking is on similar way. Whereby in some other country, the meaning of the same is considered as you and me are never going to have the same thinking, because we are not going to come to one particular point where our discussion is gonna join it. So that's how so cultural differences matter. People need to be understood, so their representation need to be understood. So let's take an example. What is user interface and why do we care about design? So just take a look at this error loading a library, and some file c colon something 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 not exist, file colon is removed from library. Okay, removed, fine, good, great. So what choice do I have? Do I have a choice to say no, 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 wait, don't remove it from library? Is there any choice for the user given? No. So only OK button is given, right? So if there is no choice, and when user has no idea of what is happening, so this could have come as just log file, and there is no necessity to take user input for that. So user input should be taken when there is a choice of doing something. So what's the good about this design in this error box? So the user knows this is an error. So what's the poor about the design in the error box is that this is discouraging, and it's not giving me any enough information, and there is no way to resolve this problem. So instructions or contact information. So how do you resolve it? So if I need more information, but now this is a very old age, old school error, right? Nowadays you will always find you will see view log, see more details, connect to computer or connect to Google, and you will find more information on that. So this is small video that maybe we'll be seeing. So it's a true story of novel netwire system operation. So the caller is calling. Hello, is this tech support? To the technical representative. Yes sir, how may I help you? So caller says the cup holder of my PC is broken and I'm within my warranty period. So how do I go about getting that fixed? So the technical representative is surprised. So I'm sorry, but did you say a cup holder? So caller says yes, it's attached to my front of my computer. So tech representative says, please excuse me sir, I'm just being stumped, and it's because I am. Did you receive this as a part of promotional at a trade show, or how did you get this cup holder? Does it have any trademark on it? So caller says yes, it came with my computer. I don't know anything about a promotional, but yes, it is written 4x on it. So that's how this cup holder was invented by that caller. So people refer it to the knowledge. If you see nowadays, car also have got on the front side there is cup holder kind of thing. So it looks like your CD drive only. So this guy must have been an old school guy and must be used to of using the typewriters instead of computer, and must have come across computers for the first time. Anyways, so what is important and what are the things that make really difference? So let's idiom and population stereotypes. So idioms and interface items. Standard interfaces we learned. So have got this kind of so use and remember kind of thing, right? So idioms may define arbitrary behavior. Red means danger, green means safer. So have we come across the red symbol? Yes, we have come across the red symbol many times. Red means red light. So you got to stop at some signal, and you cannot you shouldn't be going ahead. Red means warning. So all the tail lamps of all two-wheeler, four-wheelers, and are of red color because it has got the highest wavelength and can be is noticeable from the longer distance as compared to any other color. So red is considered to be color of danger. So whenever you see some 11,000 volts distribution box of an electricity board is written, so it's shown with the skull and the bones, and along with danger is written in red color. So these all things are, this is the importance of red color. So items may define arbitrary behavior. So people have accepted, or designers have accepted these all terminologies and human behavior. They studied it, and from the real life, this has been brought. So that's why in any like most of the systems or software that you come across, and if you happen to come across any error, the error is usually shown with the red color, right? So that's how it works. So population stereotypes items may have different cultures. So light switches, America down is off and Britain down is on. So what is it? So since we have been ruled by British for 150 years or so, so we have all these electricity things like that. But at the same time, we have two different kind of switches in our home. So you remember the word or the kind of thing that we call MCB. So MCB is, you need to, if you want to power it on, you need to switch it on, you need to make it from downward movement to upward. And if you want the regular switches to turn on, tube light, fan or anything, so you need to turn down. So we use both of them. So so these are stereotypes. So you can see the faucet. So America anti-clockwise is on. If you are an American, so if you do it anti-clockwise, it would turn on. And if you are British, or if you follow Britain, so anti-clockwise is off. So which one we are using? So can you recollect, remember in your home or the tap which you have, so which system that we use, American or British? So these are two different things that we, so we are going to come across many such examples. So ignoring or changing items, light switches installed upside down. So calculator and phone number pad. So which did computer keypad follow and why? So since now you must be using laptop to see this video, so you can see your numeric keypad if it is in the format in the same fashion. Did you know the physical phone, the landline phone, the numeric keypad to dial certain telephone number, the sequence of keys mentioned over there and the sequence of keys mentioned on the computer calculator is exactly ulta. On calculator, it starts with 987 on the top row, followed by 654, followed by 321 and 0. And thereby, if you are using your telephone, physical telephone, the numbers are 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 starting from top to bottom. But our brain never had any problem while dialing the number or while doing calculations. So we call different things, right? So difficulty of changing stereotypes. So QWERTY keyboard designed to prevent jamming of keyboard. So you can see that's this design of QWERTY keyboard on the left hand side. So this is the design which has been adopted. Why? So why it is QWERTY? It is because when they wanted, when the designers of computers wanted people to make use of machine, and with the input device being keyboard was similar to the typewriter, and hence people, all those people who were supposed to make use of keyboard were all people who were knowing typewriting. And since to make it familiar one, so that the adaptability acceptance ratio should be high, so people have demanded and people have requested it to be like that, right? So you will always find such kind of things. So QWERTY. So now why QWERTY? So because if you see on the left hand side on the image, so 52% of the keystroke, any word, these all words happen to come, followed by 22% from A to L and from 16% from Z to M. So like that it is there. So even there was one more keyboard which was called as DVORAK keyboard in the 30s. So probably faster to use, that it is really faster to use such kind of keyboard, but it is people who are going to make use of it. And again the question remains, why it was QWERTY even for the typewriter? Because since the number of keys that are going to press is the percentage is 52% of the usage, and hence since it's a mechanical stroke which hits on the paper, so since it should not block at the same time, so considering that two subsequent keys need to be pressed after each other and both of them have the same elevation and angle and going to hit it, so due to, since it's a mechanical movement, it might end up having the hitting each other or creating the jam, and hence it has been created like a two drumsticks, like you holding it by both the hand and you hitting on the drum. So they are not going to collide on each other, so they have the different orientation and different angle. So there comes these chatbots or the demo versions. So Anna Eka online sales agent. So designed to be different for UK and for US. So what are the differences and what should be Anna's appearance to be like for countries like India, South Africa and China. So this is how, if you can see the left hand image and the right hand image. So which one you think belongs to what? So blonde hairs and then stylish and then whatever it is, right? So we shouldn't be that judgmental, but yes, it's an helpline center that is available. So for India, how should it look like? This is the guy, right? My India, Mera Bharat Mahan, right? So best digital marketing and social media training institutes in India, how do are they making advertisement? So they are making it like that. So they have made Indian flag and this guy comes with tie and all that. So right, so this would work in India maybe, right? Yes. You remember how the Delhi Doordarshan's news channels anchors who used to say news channels, how do they wear? How what clothes do they wear? So that's a national channel. So you'll always find the gentlemen with mustache and then tie and suit and all that, and ladies with saris and all that. So they don't usually wear Western. Now over the period of time, they are also changing. But that's what we call it as culture. So if you happen to visit, and at the same time, if you visit some private channels, CNN or Beyond or something, which are international channels, you will find Western clothing. So it suits to their country's style, and they want acceptance of the same. So these are the usability goals that we are going to see. Uh, So what is usable system is it is easy to learn, easy to use, easy to remember, effective to use, efficient to use, safe to use, and enjoyable to use. So we'll just take a fast look at it. So why usability is important? A good user interface can earn a company billions, increase users loyalty, increase users trust, and makes users happy. Very correct. So even if you should be comfortable enough, like earlier people, what is usability? Why is usability important? Because there is a increased users trust. Earlier people, when they used to do some transaction online, if the transaction is failed, people used to get baffled, like, oh, मेरा पैसा तो चला गया, इसमें से डिडक्ट हो गया लेकिन उसको मिला नहीं. या ATM center में, you it used to happen. What was the scenario 5 years back when you have inserted your card and done cash withdrawal, and when you have got money in your hand, and that's a good thing. But if you don't get money and you get receive an SMS, 5,000 rupees, 10,000 rupees deducted from your account, फिर रात भर नींद नहीं आती, as long as you don't go to that bank and raise the complaint. But later, when you have done this, when somehow the systems are so good that automatically within either 24 hours or within next 7 working days, you used to get your money back. Now nobody bothers about it. They know that it's gonna work. So we call it as increasing user trust. It comes with usability, it comes with functionally, it comes with all these things that need to be taken care of. So why you need to have usability? Because a bad user interface can be really annoying, embarrassing, frustrating, and even deadly. So increase mistakes in data entry and system operations. So if there is problem, for example, now I'll tell you just an example. I'm used to of using my workplace keyboard. It's a TVS Gold keyboard, nice and beautiful keyboard. So it has got all kind of buttons that are supposed to be there. And now when I'm recording this video sitting at home or during the lockdown period, work from home, so my laptop does not have a key called end key, and it is really troublesome for me. So most of the time on the end key, which is located on my normal keyboard, which is at my workplace, so I end up hitting the same key place, and it is a different key altogether. So I don't get it. So I'm making that mistake which should not be happening. So because I'm very much used to of doing it, so we call it as getting used to of doing something, and when I don't get it, so frustration and all these things happen, right? So makes function becoming more completely inaccessible. Yes, and system failure because of user rejection. So if I don't like, I don't use it, so it's really difficult to use, so I may not be able to use it. So that's how, if you're not user friendly, how many of us are very much comfortable with the errors shown by Java? No, I'd be comfortable. So it shows kind of errors, and if your error symbol, error language, the way you are communicating with user is not understandable by user, it is really difficult, and user will have a fear of it. So usability, a bad user interface, the way you communicate has to be really good. So how is it important? So competition is very close, comparison. So why HCI study is important? So users who can't find a product in shop cannot buy it, right? So you must be having such provision to do that. So users are not able to fill form, for example, in correct order. The forms are, so they are not going to buy it, right? So it is not simple to make good user interfaces. So the basic misconception is that if I can use it, everyone can use it, and you will come across this thing. How you are going to come across this thing? You have a laboratory called software laboratory 3 now, and which is going to be based on your ACPM concepts and HCI concepts. So you will come across many websites or many things that you are going to design, and I'll tell you that you consider yourself as the designer and at the same time as user, and you think that what you are thinking is always right. This consideration, so you don't think about end user point of view. So you consider इसमें ये यहाँ पे यार लिखा है, मतलब ऐसा ही होना चाहिए. So user should be knowing about it, but no, user may not be knowing about it. That's what is the biggest mistake normally done by designer. They think that it is obvious, you should know it. No, but it's not like that. It should be intuitive to know it. not obvious to use it. So if our non-technical staff can use it, everyone can use it? No, that's also very bad misconception. So user interfaces are applied to common sense. So you hitting on somebody's common sense, अरे common sense है यार, इसका मतलब ये होता है. So no, it's not common. You don't have the sense to understand what is user study and all that, right? So a system is usable if all style guides are met. No, it's not like that. So this is a basic misconceptions you can come. So examples of both good and bad design. So you can see that on the bottom side of the road there is an arrow which says go this direction and it says do not enter. So confusion. So more examples, you are supposed to enter age and you are supposed to select your gender. So there should have been so the age should have been a kind of drop box where already written number should be there, so I should be able to select it because there is no scope or there is no limitation to write down the age, and I can write as numeric 20. I can write down as TWENTY 20, and I can write down whatever nonsense I want to write down, right? And at the same time you cannot select both male and female, just you want to write down as third gender category, or maybe I don't want to disclose my category, my gender. So the options should be like these options should not be a checkbox, it should be radio button, right? So you must be thinking the same on the similar line. Copy profile error, so the operation completed successfully. So it is saying the heading is error, and these have actually happened, and these errors or these images and these things have actually appeared. So that's why they have been brought here on the presentation by the respective author who made it. So these are all copy profile error. So there is a red symbol or red cross, this means that there is an error, but at the same time the message your operation completed successfully. Okay, so what is my takeaway from this particular message? So do you want to save changes you made to book 1 Microsoft Excel? So you say cancel, you say yes, you say okay. So do you want to save changes? Cancel, this means it won't save. Do you want to save changes to you made to book 1? Yes, this means that it is going to save. And then it will ask maybe how do you want to save it or something like that. You say yes, yes. Then what do you mean by okay? So do you want to save changes to you made to the book? Okay. So what okay? So is there a third option called okay? So it should be yes, no, and what do you mean by okay? So it's again confusing. So user might end up by okay to okay kar de. So it won't ask you any more questions. But no, it may not do like that. So these are few confusing interfaces that we come across. So Google Translate from Arabic to Arabic. So when you select one on the left hand side, then the same thing should not be there on the right hand side. Is user a fool or what? So sometimes people make some kind of design mistakes. So this example you must have also, this is an American or something example where you unable to issue $20, please re-enter amount in multiple of $50. This kind of same message you will also receive it on the Indian ATM centers also when you visit. So it is always written, enter the amount in the terms of 500 rupees, 1000 rupees, or 100 times of something like that. So if I want to withdraw 5000 rupees and the amount expected is enter in the form of 100, so I need to calculate how much amount I need to enter. So do I have an option of entering that okay 100 hai to 50 डालो तो 5000 हो जाएगा? No, it is not like that. So these error messages are really confusing, because when there is no use of taking user input, you should not accept such kind of things. The error message should be clear enough. So these are plenty of examples that you will come across. So I want you to think about some such examples which are really confusing and which does not have any meaning as such. So in continuation with this HCI, really important. So this is a real life example. So if the video does not record a TV program, then because we press the wrong button, we are likely to feel angry. Yes, I have Tata Sky connection at my home, Tata Sky Plus. I can record videos, but if I don't press it, or if there is some confusion and I am expecting, भैया अच्छा वाला movie record हो गया, now अभी मैं Sunday को इसको देखूंगा, and I end up seeing that it is not recorded only. So this is really big thing that I'm not able to know this whether it is recorded or not. I have to explicitly or manually go and check it whether it is working or not. So it is really sometimes difficult. So this is a real life example. A pilot shuts down the wrong engine and the plane crashes, as happened near Lincolnshire in England on a M1 motorway in 1989. So this is obviously more serious. 47 died. So by mistake, pilot switched off the working running engine because the graphical or the interface or the kind of placement of the dashboard was made in such a way that it happened to lead a mistake to the pilot. You can refer Google for this particular news, and it actually happened over there. So yes, so HCI study is really important. Okay, so in the same continuation to that, so purpose to increase, so 9 NYNE a telecommunication company in Italy, what they have done. So purpose is to increase the performance of help desk, decided to improve usability of the help desk operator interface and reduce the process time 1 second per call. So if you save 1 second per call, so what happened? So they saved these much dollars benefit per year. So that's how you call HCI is really important. So the importance of HCI is it can prevent accidents, health and safety concerns, It can reduce the cost of customer training and support, direct correlation between HCI and sales, and HCI can provide you a job definitely. So what do you think is the percentage of software development projects that fail? 20%, 35%, 55%, or 85%? So the fact is 85% of software projects are either late or delivered late without satisfying the specification. But why? Because reasons for failure is that lack of senior management commitment, lack of user involvement, lack of user requirement specification, and poor project planning and team problems. So you will always find traditional approaches to the system development was like a kind of software development lifecycle where user is given less importance. So the traditional approaches to the system development is concerned with producing software, software specification, maintainability, and testing. Right. So generally considers the user interface as the one of the most important software components. So this is the victim of the computer error that you can see. So what are the advantages of usability? You can always refer advantages of usability. How long should it take, or how long does it take actually to record a DVD to play a movie? Use DVD to pre-record programs and using a web browser tool to create website. So we'll stop here and we'll continue our discussion with the same chapter in the next video. Thank you very much for patiently listening.